I didn't realize how far I'd fallen until one quiet Tuesday morning. I woke up, reached for my phone out of habit, and started scrolling. Not for a minute, not for 10 minutes, but for almost an hour. And somewhere between the 10th useless video and the 7th recycled meme, I felt it. Nothing. No excitement, no curiosity, no spark of motivation, just emptiness. A kind of emotional flatline that scared me more than sadness ever could. That was the moment it hit me. I wasn't tired. I wasn't unmotivated. I wasn't taking a break. I was sleepwalking through my own life, and the worst part, it didn't happen overnight. It happened quietly, slowly, through tiny compromises, unchecked habits, and days I kept promising to fix later. So that morning, I made myself a promise. Give it 90 days, not to become perfect, not to transform into some ultra-optimized version of myself, but to simply rebuild from zero. Step 1 was cleaning the chaos around me. I used to roll my eyes when people said, "Your room reflects your mind." But damn, it was true. My desk was a graveyard of unfinished ideas. My laundry chair turned into a mountain, and the more clutter I saw, the more cluttered I felt inside. So I didn't try to Marie Kondo my entire life in a day. I just picked a corner, then a drawer, then a shelf. And the strange thing was, every time the room got cleaner, my thoughts got quieter. I could finally breathe again. Step 2 was breaking my digital addiction. 12 hours of screen time every single day. And that's me being generous. I wasn't living life. I was escaping into other people's lives. So I switched to the two-phone system. A chaos phone with all the addictive apps, and a life phone with only messages, calendar, notes. Overnight, my impulses had nowhere to go. And just like that, my screen time dropped from 12 hours to 2. I didn't become more disciplined. I just created fewer ways to sabotage myself. Step 3 was experimenting with habits instead of forcing them. I stopped trying to be the perfect person who meditates, journals, gym trains, cold showers, and reads 50 pages every day. Instead, I tested everything like a scientist. 5 days of journaling, 1 week of gratitude, 10-minute meditations, short walks, therapy. Some things stuck, some didn't, but for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was building my life instead of reacting to it. By the end of these first steps, something inside me shifted. It wasn't a transformation, but it was a pulse, a heartbeat, a sign that the old me wasn't gone, just buried. Step 4 was being brutally honest about what I wanted from my life, not what would impress others, not what was realistic, not what sounded cool on Instagram, but what I actually wanted. So I divided my life into 5 categories: health, career, finances, relationships, fun. Then I set 2 goals for each: a floor goal, the bare minimum I must meet, and a ceiling goal, the exciting, ambitious target that stretched me. That simple structure brought me more clarity than any vision board ever had. Step 5 was building a daily template. I realized something. Big life changes don't come from big moments. They come from boring Tuesdays, from the habits you repeat without thinking. So instead of designing a fantasy routine I could never follow, I created a sustainable one. Work windows, movement windows, social windows, rest windows. A day I could repeat, not endure. Step 6 was doing what I said I would do. This was the hardest part, not because the tasks were difficult, but because somewhere along the way, I had broken trust with myself. Every promise I failed to keep became evidence that I wasn't reliable. So for 90 days, I rebuilt that trust, one tiny follow-through at a time. A workout I didn't skip, a task I didn't postpone, a walk I took even when I didn't want to. Slowly, self-respect started growing again, not from success, but from consistency. Step 7 was choosing consistency over intensity. We all want the dramatic transformation, The 2-hour gym session, the massive productivity overhaul, the overnight blow-up. But in reality, it was the smallest habit that saved me, a daily walk. 1 minute turned into 5, 5 into 15, 15 into 40. That walk became my anchor, my reset button, my proof that slow progress is still progress. Step 8 was reflection. Looking back, I didn't just rebuild a routine, I rebuilt a relationship with myself, a healthier, kinder, more honest one. And maybe that's what growth truly is, not becoming someone new, but returning to someone you thought you lost. The truth is, the next 90 days can reshape your entire life, not through perfection, but through small, repeatable commitments. So if you're ready, start building a version of yourself you can respect, a version of yourself you can be proud of, a version of yourself worth fighting for. You deserve that future. And if you need support, guidance, or reminders along the way, you're in the right place. This is the Growth Theory. If this video helped you even a little bit, hit subscribe, join the community, and let's grow together.